class of 2017, and the certificate recipients enter the hall. They will be led in by Student Marshals David Dixon and Melinda Smith. Next, the faculty marshals Steve Moore and Sarah Akers will lead in the Terra faculty and professional staff. Following the faculty and professional staff will be the entrance of the platform party.
Yeah, I do not
Next, the Faculty Marshal Steve Moore and Sarah Akers will lead in the Terra faculty and professional staff. Following the faculty and professional staff will be the entrance of the platform party.
Students of the 48th graduating class, your hour has arrived. The commencement ceremony has now begun. Please be seated while the American Legion Post 121 and the Fremont VFW Post 2947 present the 5 service flags. Veterans and active service members, please stand when your service flag is presented. Will you please rise as the Terra State Veterans Guard presents the colors?
Please remain standing while Marissa Miller sings our national anthem. Dr. Jerome Webster, president of Terra State Community College, will now address the graduates and guests.
You may be seated. Good evening. On behalf of the Terra State Governing Board of Trustees, the Terra College Foundation Board, the faculty, and the staff at Terra State Community College, we congratulate all of you who represent the graduating class of 2017 on completing the requirements for graduation, and we welcome those of you who have come to share in the joy and celebration of the evening. Tonight is a special evening for Terra State Community College as well as for our graduates. Tonight we are graduating our 48th class of students. In the more recent years, Terra State has been on a journey of dynamic transformation to become the best rural community college in the nation with a 100% success rate, offering consistent, high-quality, distinctive academic programs with competitive academic rigor. And tonight, our graduates are proof of this transformation in action. Let me share some facts about the graduates sitting before you. 266 students are graduating with associate's degrees in over 39 fields. We also have 101 students who have completed their requirements to earn a certificate. Congratulations to all of you. The average time for our 2017 graduates to complete their degree was 7 years. Our youngest graduate is 18 years old. Our oldest graduate is 80 years of age. Two graduates will be receiving their associate degrees this evening and will graduate from high school later this month. We have 23 graduates who are earning dual associate degrees. 5 students have a 4.0 grade point average, 69 have a grade point average of 3.5 or higher, and 100 of our graduates have transferred credits from other colleges or universities to Terra State. 12 of our graduates tonight also have been working as student employees this year. 13 of our graduates are veterans, some of which have been deployed to Iraq, Afghanistan, and Desert Storm. To our graduates, I extend to you our sincere congratulations on your achievements and our very best wishes for a challenging and successful future. Your achievements are Terra State's achievements, and all of us who work for you could not be more proud. Your achievements and hard work have helped Terra State to move from a 71% success rate in 2011, when many of you joined us on this journey, to a 91% success rate in 2016, with increased academic rigor in our courses. Let us applaud these graduates. This commencement ceremony is a time for recognizing the strong leadership that each of our graduates has exhibited in the accomplishment of their goals. According to 2 well-known academicians and award-winning authors, James Kouzes and Barry Posner, the unique reason for having leaders, their differentiating function, is to move us forward. Leaders get us going someplace. In Kouzes and Posner's research, the best personal leadership cases were about firsts, about radical departures from the past, about doing things that had never been done before, about going places no one else had yet discovered. The leaders who help us get results beyond those we thought possible, who expand our vision of what may be possible, who are willing to risk choosing a direction others know is impossible, these are the leaders we admire the most. It isn't how large the work is that makes an artful leader. It's how artfully the work has been done, no matter how small, and whether it matters that the work is done at all. As graduates, this evening you are commencing on your continued journey of learning and leadership. Remember that you must always champion the call to learn. It is the hope and expectation of our entire community college that Terra State has not only planted the seeds of learning in you, but that you will share your leadership and learning wherever your journey takes you. At this time, I would like to present our platform guests. Please stand as I call your name. Starting in the back row on my far right, Assistant Vice President for Administration, Nancy Kosenka. Dean of Institutional Effectiveness and Registrar, Eric Steinberger. Dean of Business, Humanities, and the Industrial Technologies, Jolene Chapman. Dean of Allied Health, Nursing, and Human Services, Amy Anway. Treasurer of the Terra College Foundation, Tracy Troxel. Tonight's Mace Bearer and President of the Terra Faculty Association, Professor Stephen Bender. Terra State Trustee, Dr. Ron Schumacher. Trustee, Linda Reese. Trustee, Uwe Eichert. Trustee, John Hody. Starting on my right in the front row is Assistant Vice President for Student and Enrollment Services, Heath Martin. Vice President for Institutional Advancement and Executive Director of the Terra College Foundation, Dr. Corey Stein. Vice President for Financial Affairs, Randy McCullough. Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Jennifer Spielvogel. Our keynote speaker, Ms. Melinda Huntley. Chair of the Terra State Board of Trustees, Matt Montowski. Vice Chair of the Board, K.E. Ryder. And Trustee and Sergeant at Arms, Kelly Cart-Sears. Let's give them a round of applause. Graduations are times of celebration, but not just for students. There are many others who provide support to our students, often over a period of several years. Our graduates often have been given support from several generations of family members. I would like to give our graduates the opportunity to thank these groups. Now, graduates, I'm going to give you some instructions. This is where you show your leadership in learning. Please stand and turn and face the audience. Go ahead. Now, when I give you the go-ahead, this will be your one opportunity to celebrate others this evening. Now it's time for audience participation. I will call upon family members of various categories and ask our graduates to hold their applause until all are standing. If you are a grandparent of a graduate today, please stand. Parents also provide such an important link to our graduates' success. Parents, please stand. And of course, there is the support that spouses and significant others provide. If you are a spouse or significant other, please stand. Our students often raise children at the same time they are gaining an education. These children are proud of the accomplishments of their parents. Children, please stand too. Okay, graduates, please share your recognition and appreciation for all of your family members. Family members, you may be seated. Stay standing, graduates. Next, I'd like to allow the students and the audience to recognize our faculty and staff. The soul of a college is embodied in this very special group of people. Our college's mission is rooted in learning. This group of dedicated individuals plays the most significant role in developing and nurturing this learning in our students. The faculty and staff represent the very best we have to offer as a college. I'd like to allow the students the opportunity to recognize the faculty and staff of Terra State. Would the faculty and staff please stand? Okay, graduates, go at it. Thank you very much, graduates, and all of you may be seated.
Dr. Jennifer Spielvogel, Interim Vice President for Academic Affairs, will now address graduate honors.
As our graduates were marching in today, I'm sure you noticed that some are wearing honor cords. The various cords are outward symbols of scholarship. Upon announcement of the symbol of each cord, I would like to ask everyone in the audience to join me in recognizing those individuals. First, would all of the graduates who are members of Phi Theta Kappa please stand and remain standing? Many are wearing a stole that denotes that they are members of Phi Theta Kappa, the National Honor Society of Scholars at two-year colleges. At Terra State, a student needs a 3.5 GPA to be inducted. Let us now applaud these graduates. You may be seated. Now I would ask that all of the graduates with cum laude honors please stand and remain standing. The blue honor cord represents a cumulative GPA of 3.5 to 374. Let us now applaud these graduates. You may be seated. Next, would all the graduates with magna cum laude honors please stand? The gold cord represents magna cum laude honors with a 3.75 to 3.89 grade point average. Let us now applaud these graduates. You may be seated. I would also ask the graduates with summa cum laude honors to stand. These graduates have attained the highest honor and graduated with a 3.9 or higher grade point average, essentially earning all A's in their last 2 years here. They are wearing one blue and one gold honor cord. Let us now applaud these graduates. You may be seated. Also tonight, our graduates who are veterans are wearing their veteran honor cords, which are red, white, and blue. Could you please stand and remain standing to be recognized at this time? Let us applaud these graduates. You may be seated. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, my faculty colleagues, and the entire Terra State family, I congratulate each of you on your scholastic achievements at Terra State.
Mr. Heath Martin, Assistant Vice President for Student and Enrollment Services, will now introduce the student speaker.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you our student speaker for this evening, Ms. Carrie Steele. In her statement as to why she wanted to be the commencement speaker, Carrie said, "A dream of mine is to become a public speaker, motivating those around me to excel beyond their wildest dreams." In her time here at Terra State, she has put action to those words by being an honor student, majoring in executive office administration, earning membership into Phi Theta Kappa, being the Rotary Student of the Month, and volunteering for bake sales, flower sales, and other campus events and activities. She represented Terra State at Propel, Ohio, and has been active in other events. She works at the United Way of Seneca County and created the campaign idea of inspiring hope to frame a better future. Please join me in welcoming student speaker Carrie Steele to the podium.
Good evening, faculty, staff, friends, honored guests, parents, children, and class of 2016 and 2017. I can honestly tell you it is an honor to be here tonight. It seems surreal sitting here, doesn't it? Just yesterday, you were in Building A, running up and down the stairs, trying to figure out what you're gonna do to get your classes ready to go, figuring out what book, what edition do you need for that class, and do you really need that online access code? You can relate. There were so many emotions tied to the process, weren't there? The moment you got that mail that said, "Welcome to Terra State," there it was. You're official. Oh crap, now what? So many thoughts were going through your mind, like, how are you gonna navigate the campus? And what if you can't pass a class you haven't taken in 2 years, or for some of you, 10 years? For me, there were so many influences that got me through school: my husband and kids, my friends, my boss, coworkers, and my instructors, especially Lisa Shuey and Jolene Chapman, who expected nothing less than my best, always. Everyone seems so receptive to my success, and social media influences were a nice boost to self-esteem when you were feeling low. I can't discount influential music. See, music's a really big part of my life, and so when I hear a song, I dissect it to truly understand what the lyrics are trying to tell you. Unwritten, the 2004 song written by Natasha Bedingfield, takes the place where I am with my emotions and my life right now and puts them into the following words. I break tradition. Sometimes my tries are outside the lines. We've been conditioned to not make mistakes, but I can't live that way. I am unwritten. Can't read my mind. I'm undefined. I'm just beginning. The pen's in my hand. Ending unplanned. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. You see, the point is that you can have blank pages in your book of life. Chances are, if you have your book written, it's going to change anyway. Some aspects of your life will change. Let me give you an example of sharing my journey. Just a portion of it. I'll keep you awake, I'll try. When I was a freshman in college, more than 10 years ago, I applied and interviewed for a position with Microsoft Corporation in Findlay. I was still in school full-time, and I was working for my Associate of Applied Business Management. And I was looking at the pages in my life and figuring out where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do next. And the hiring supervisor said to me, "Why do you want to finish your degree? You're just going to end up getting a job exactly like the one that you're going to school for." I thought, you know what, she's right. She's absolutely right. Now, that goes against everything I'm about to tell you, and I'll tell you in just a minute why. But going back to the story, I got the job. I was the head receptionist for Microsoft Corporation. I was only 19 years old. The perks were amazing. Picture walking up to a pop machine, pressing a button, and a soda falling out for free. That was just the tip of the iceberg, but it was probably my favorite. It was exactly what I pictured my dream job as. It was the kind of job that I'd be set at until I retired. Not a job, a career. Just a shy of a year after starting there, people started to move around within departments and they started to stress out. Something wasn't right. I was still in the dark. After all, I was still a new employee. But the days turned into weeks, and soon the truth surfaced. Microsoft was being outsourced. Certain positions were relocated to places like Fargo, North Dakota, and Redmond, Washington. Some chose to start a new company in Findlay. However, I was at the bottom of the totem pole, and I became a dislocated worker after only 1 year on the job. Since I quit school to take the job, now I was without a degree and without a job. Now what? Now the rest is still unwritten. So I picked up my pencil, and I started the next chapter in my life. I went back to yet another school, and I decided maybe a more solid investment is my future. I'll do medical transcription. You see, I saw these work-from-home jobs that were like, work from home in your pajamas, make lots of money, be in the comfort of your own living room. I thought, sounds pretty good to me. Only 9 months in of my schooling, I completed all the coursework, I did really well, and I started an internship with a doctor in Tiffin. Soon after starting, I realized it wasn't for me, but I wasn't gonna give up just yet. So I took a job with another doctor in Tiffin, and he promised me I'd do his dictations. Pretty close. But it was quick that I realized I wasn't in my pajamas, and I wasn't getting paid what I was supposed to be getting paid from those work-from-home jobs. So I thought, you know, maybe my career can wait. Maybe I should be a stay-at-home mom. Turn the page. It's blank. It was unwritten. I'll speed through this chapter, but in just 3 short years, we went from a family of 4 to a family of 7. Now I had to be a stay-at-home mom because childcare was really expensive and a degree was not in my immediate future. Fortunately, my husband had a great job and was able to support us while I stayed home and took care of our 5 children. That was a full-time job, let me tell you. I love my kids and all, but there's only so many times I could watch SpongeBob before I realized I need something different. So I tried to go back to school, yet again, this time at a 4-year university. Still didn't work. So I built some self-confidence. I started a business. It was through the guidance of Bill Oxter here at Terra State faculty, guided me through that, and I wasn't able to do it without his help. Unfortunately, due to a tanking economy, I was forced to shut the doors. Closed my business. Every option I tried failed. I felt like a joke, every single thing I did. So I turned the page. The rest was still unwritten. And I said to myself, today is where your book begins. So in 2013, I applied to Terra State, and I was looking for work. The economy was still terrible, so I did whatever I could do to help pay the bills from the job that I had when the business closed. I wasn't getting the great clerical experience that I had while working for Microsoft, so I started volunteering at a local nonprofit. It wasn't long before I was hired in as the office manager. I started going to Terra full-time. My degree was finally going to happen. I was finally going to finish the pages in a chapter that I started over 10 years ago. My degree in Executive Office Administration from here at Terra State and my then current job at Tiffin Seneca United Way as the office manager has prepared me for any blank page that this world could throw at me. So what is your take on all of this? What do you take from this? Be a leader. Don't wait for an opportunity. Create one. Do your best, always, and be the best you can be. For each of you, I challenge you to always have a pen in your hand, ready to write the next chapter in your life. Remember, you don't have to be ready to write the whole chapters, but you must be ready and willing to write. Thank you and congratulations, classes 16 and 17.
Thank you, Carrie. It is my pleasure to present you with the 2016-2017 Graduate Award for Student Commencement Speaker. Congratulations, Carrie. It is my pleasure to recognize 3 graduates this evening in Terra State's tradition of honoring community service and perseverance. We honor one graduate who is receiving the Community Service Award. This award is given to students who have provided distinguished service to their community while attending Terra State. I now call upon Rosa Jedwiziak to please come forward and receive her award. Rosa's nomination began with this statement: each of us needs to know that we are loved, valued, and respected for who we are. That's why I like to volunteer and give back to my community. She models this statement by participating in numerous volunteer opportunities, including coordinating a school supply drive, working with the Migrant Summer School program, teaching a GLBT Pride training and disability awareness training, assisting with the Veterans Day recognition, among others. Rosa said that she knows that together, with all of the differences that make us unique, we can make a difference in someone's life. Rosa, all of Terra State is very proud of you, and we congratulate you on your accomplishments. Tonight, So ladies and gentlemen, please help me recognize Rosa Jodwiziak. Tonight, we honor 2 graduates who are receiving the Perseverance Award. The Student Recognition Committee struggled choosing only one. They felt that there were 2 deserving students. This special award is given due to a student's commitment to persevere through trials to triumph while attending Terra State. I now call upon Ms. Elizabeth Zelms and Ms. Valora Justice to please come forward. Elizabeth Zelms was born with a birth deficit that back in the 1960s was fatal to many children. Growing up, she struggled in school. She said she was a C average student, always studying to receive that C grade. After high school, Elizabeth went on to a community college where she struggled. Eventually, she earned an associate's degree in early childhood education, almost a decade after starting college. She began working in a before and after school program where she has worked for almost 20 years. However, she decided she was ready for a career change and looked to Terra State's Health Information Technology program. As a non-traditional learner with a learning disability, Elizabeth had to adjust her learning styles so she could work without distractions. And now, after 5 years, she is ready to graduate with her degree in Health Information Technology. In her nomination letter, she said, "Even though it has been 5 years, it seems as though I just started college yesterday. I can't wait. I can't wait to start this new chapter in my life. Congratulations, Elizabeth." Valora Justice transferred to Terra State in 2012, with the dreams of becoming a nurse. She was accepted into the nursing program in the spring of 2014. Laura was so excited that her hard work had paid off and was ready to start the program. However, as sometimes life happens, it did not go as planned. In fall 2014, she started not to feel well, but initially brushed it off. Unfortunately, halfway through the semester, Laura found herself having to medically withdraw from her nursing classes due to a severe medical condition. Refusing to be deterred, Laura aimed to return in the spring, but since she was still having complications from surgery, she was unable to do so and decided to stay out into the fall of 2015. Laura returned to the nursing program in the fall of 2015, ready to hit the ground running and complete her degree. She soon found out she had a medical condition that would require yet another surgery. Determined to persevere, Laura scheduled her procedure during the Thanksgiving break so she would not miss required classes or clinicals, even though it meant that she would be in pain for most of the semester. Her motivation paid off, and she successfully finished the semester with an honors GPA. In her final 2 semesters, Laura was an active member of the Student Nursing Association, where she volunteered, fundraised, and helped her fellow classmates. From her nomination letter, she says, "Nursing school was full of trials and tribulations for me, but I can say I have met one of my best friends, and I have finally achieved my dream of becoming a registered nurse." Congratulations, Laura. Elizabeth and Laura, it is my pleasure to present each of you with the 2016-2017 Graduate Award for Perseverance.
Mr. Matt Montowski, Chair of Terra State Community College's Board of Trustees, will now introduce tonight's commencement speaker.
When the college was planning tonight's commencement, much thought was given to the fact that Terra State serves a number of different types of communities. In the heart of Ohio, the #1 industry is agricultural. The college enjoys a partnership with the Downtown Fremont Incorporated, which is working on revitalization of the historical district of the city. We also partner with expanding manufacturing companies in Tiffin and Seneca County, among other areas of our service district. And we also support the hospitality industry in Ottawa, Erie, and Huron counties, along with the Lake Erie shores and islands. There's just a few ways the college partners to support economic revitalization and development. Because of the college's efforts to support economic development was reinvigorated through our hospitality management program and the Ron L. Neely Conference and Hospitality Center, the college was thrilled when the trade association official who provides leadership for the state's hospitality and tourism industry agreed to be our keynote speaker. Melinda Huntley is a person of passion and vision when it comes to travel and tourism. As the executive director of the Ohio Travel Association, Huntley leads the team that is an advocate for the travel industry at the local, state, and federal levels when policies and regulations are considered. Huntley is involved in a number of efforts to boost travel economy, including product development and efforts to highlight the natural qualities of the community or the region. Ms. Huntley started her travel career in public relations at Cedar Point, then led the Lake Erie Shores and Islands / the Ottawa County Visitors Bureau and tackled sustainable tourism opportunities as a tourism director for Ohio State University's Ohio Sea Grant College program. She is the recipient of the Paul Sherlock Award. This is the highest award bestowed to Ohio tourism professionals and has received recognition from the Hospitality and Sales Marketing International, the American Library Association, the National Association of Environmental Professionals, Firelands Audubon, and many others. She holds a master's degree in public policy and administration from the OSU John Glenn School of Public Affairs. Her family includes a son and a daughter-in-law in Perrysburg, Ohio, and a son and a daughter-in-law to be in New York City. Terrace State Community College is delighted and honored to host Miss Melinda Huntley as our guest speaker this evening. Please join me in welcoming her to the podium.
Good evening, and congratulations, graduates. Congratulations to all of you who are graduating, your family members, faculty, administration. This is a really great evening, and I am both humbled and absolutely honored to have been asked to share in your celebration tonight. I'm also really quite terrified, right? Like, how am I going to inspire you? For months, I've been thinking about that. I've got to inspire you and entertain you and just keep you awake for the next 12 minutes. I even resorted to reaching out to my Facebook friends for their best advice for new graduates. It was a dangerous tactic, I admit. Although I could have used that entire social media thread to deliver my message tonight, there's a good chance I would never be invited to speak again, anywhere, ever. But that being said, I do have to share one post. This wisdom came from my friend Paige, who is born in Louisiana. Her advice to you is, my mama always told me to keep my hair brushed, always wear lipstick, and never, ever drink beer from a bottle. Basically, this translates into be prepared, always present your best face, and keep it classy. This is great advice, but I can't honestly say I've always lived by Mama's rules. So instead, I've decided to talk to you from my heart and from a place that's kindled my passion for the travel industry. It's a career path that's giving me more than 30 years of headaches and heartaches, rewards, excitement, and personal fulfillment beyond any dream I may have had when I was seated where you are today. So buckle up. Keep your arms and legs inside your seat at all times, for you are about to embark on the ride of your life. Before you flip that tassel and take off from the station where you've spent years preparing for this ride, I'd like to share some life lessons I've learned from a place not too far from here. For what is life if not like a day at an amusement park? In less than an hour, you'll be at the gate, right, ticket in hand. You've meticulously planned the route to get you in line for the Millennium Force before anyone else. Suddenly, you're through the gate and sprinting along the midway. Come on, let's be honest. We've all done this at one time or another. You get to the queue and boom, there's 100 or more people right in front of you. So you wait. You spend time with your friends and family, you talk, you joke, you laugh. And after the ride is over, well, you're ready to get back in line again. What will you remember most about that ride? Let me tell you, 20 years from now, you're not going to remember that exhilarating first drop. It'll be memories of those you are with that you will most treasure. So as you go through this wild and crazy ride we call life, take care of those you love and others you meet along the way. Ohio recently did in-depth research to determine why people travel. The study found that we make decisions with both our head and our heart, that it's the anticipation of joy, excitement, and love and other emotions that are at the root of our decisions to plan a trip. We travel to strengthen our relationships, to stoke our inner fire, or to gain a sense of personal accomplishment. For experiences are when we most feel alive. Experiences on the job also matter. Now, I started my professional career in the travel industry doing marketing for Cedar Point. During late fall weekends, when most of our seasonal employees had gone back to school, we often got called out into the park to help with operations. Now, some of these jobs were definitely better than others, and I quickly learned where my skill set or lack thereof either helped or hindered the park. For example, one day, and this was only one day, mind you, I was put into the parking lot to direct traffic. Now, I had a great time, but created several near mishaps in the process. So then they sent me to the front gate to take tickets. Well, I talk a lot, and so I talked to everyone who was trying to come into the park, and pretty soon the backup at my turnstile was double that of anyone else's. Finally, they directed me to a food cart where I excelled. It was impossible for me to damage any vehicles, not even a stroller, and I could talk to people all I wanted while they were waiting in line for their food. But I also learned what customer service looks like on the front line, how to handle challenges on the spot, and what our guests were experiencing or anticipating during their visit. These days help me do a better job marketing the park. And those memories are also continuously reminding me why I do what I do. Fast forward a few decades, and I've had the opportunity to meet with hospitality employees from throughout the state. Those who advance quickly share a common trait. They look at each and every job as an opportunity to build their personal brand and skills. Experience matters, every single experience. It's whether or not you recognize it and leverage it that's going to determine your success. My fellow food cart employees, how many of them recognize that this was kind of like running your own business? You could learn not only customer service skills, but how to manage people, cash control, and inventory. It was kind of like an MBA on wheels, all by changing your attitude, asking questions, and being open to any experience that comes your way. Building your personal brand and developing your marketable skills is a lifelong process. Your first job is not likely to be your last, so make each job, each experience count. Your life path won't be predictable. And isn't that really a good thing? Life would certainly be boring if we knew exactly what was around every bend. Imagine visiting an amusement park where the midways were all square grids. Half the fun of riding a roller coaster are the unexpected twists and turns. Some seem to take us farther away from our goals, while others hurdle us towards the finish line. I've found that the greatest ideas and most rewarding achievements are born when there is tension, when there are two or more sides to an issue. That's when we get creative. So let's take a look at the swing ride. The tension on the cables balances out the centrifugal force and gravity. Without this tension, our seats won't be stable. The ride needs tension. As you go through life, you'll frequently run across situations where people will convince you to negotiate or bargain between only two sides of an issue. Yes or no. This way or that way. The Depot or Pub 400. The reality is, life is seldom this simple. Parker Palmer, in The Courage to Teach, says truth is not determined by democratic means. In our society, and often in our workplaces, we agree with consensus. The majority wins. Sometimes better ideas, truth, or options lay silent in the non-consensus weeds. Palmer suggests that had Galileo listened only to consensus, the sun might still be circling the earth. His beliefs were different from the crowd, yet they were the truth. So stand up for what you believe to be true. Through these conflicts and tensions, new ideas, often groundbreaking ones, are born. And speaking of choices, think about the last time you rode a carousel. If you were to ride today, which horse would you choose? The wild-eyed, highly decorated prancer on the outside row? The mild-looking horse tucked in the middle? Or would you choose the non-moving chariot with lots of legroom? Now, before you decide, I'm going to let you in on a little trade secret. The outer row of carousel horses were typically carved ornately only on one side, the side facing outward. The other side of the animals are usually very plain. Why? Because back then, carousel owners were paid by the ride. They wanted to lure people to climb aboard, but they also had a budget. So they spent more time and money and energy carving the side facing the crowds. As gorgeous as some of these outer row horses are, they seldom go up and down. Only those in the inside rows moved. Throughout life, you will have to make choices. Some of your options are quite comfortable. Like the chariot, they're not going to make you motion sick or change your life very much. Some of the options may try to lure you in with their fancy trappings. But if you look on the other side, you'll find the promises aren't deep, and you may end up switching horses midway. Other choices may be lurking behind those that appear the most exciting. They may not be as brightly colored or large, but they will give you the most exciting ride. Consider your choices carefully, then choose adventure. Appreciate those who are on this journey with you. They become lifelong friends and mentors. View each experience as a chance to grow. The more you know and the more you can do, the more doors will open for you. Look at obstacles as a way to innovate. You don't learn anything by taking the easy way. Stand up for the truth. And boy, I know that one's really, really hard. But you'll sleep better. And choose adventure. It's way more fun. Life is thrilling. Seek to live it fully by taking the time to smell the elephant ears, watch the fireworks, and listen to the calliope music. And as my Facebook friend Todd so eloquently says, for crying out loud, travel. Thank you, God bless, and congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Huntley, for your stirring message. On behalf of Terra State Community College and the Terra College Foundation, we are honored to present you with a certificate that recognizes that a scholarship in your name in the amount of $1,000, known as the Melinda Huntley Scholarship, will be awarded to a student attending Terra State next year who will study hospitality management. Thank you for your remarks and spending time with us this evening.
Dr. Jennifer Spielvogel and Dr. Jerome Webster will now confer degrees and certificates.
Will the candidates for the Associate of Arts, the Associate of Science, the Associate of Applied Business, the Associate of Applied Science, the Associate of Technical Studies, and the Associate of Individualized Studies, degrees and certificates, please rise. Dr. Webster, the faculty of Terra State Community College have certified that these candidates have completed all of the requirements for the Associate of Arts, the Associate of Science, the Associate of Applied Business, the Associate of Applied Science, the Associate of Technical Studies, and the Associate of Individualized Study degrees and certificates.
By the authority vested in me as president of Terra State Community College and upon the recommendation of the faculty and administration, I do hereby confer on you your Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Business, Associate of Applied Science, Associate of Technical Studies, or the Associate of Individualized Studies degrees or certificates. Class of 2017, will you make sure that your tassel is on the right side? Graduates, please be seated.
Members of the board, Dr. Webster, deans and directors, faculty and guests, I am pleased to present to you the recipients of these degrees, diplomas, and certificates. We are now ready to recognize the graduates individually. I ask the audience to please save your applause until all of the graduates in each degree have received their diplomas. Graduates, the marshals will direct you.
Will the graduates please come forward?
Daniel J. Leemaster.
Carrie Lynn Steele, cum laude.
Heather Lynn Isaacs, cum laude.
Rosa Idalia Jadwiziak, cum laude.
Tawny Jade Michaels.
Valora Marie Justice, cum laude.
Curtis David Jackson.
Elizabeth Simone Zelms.
Dana M. Alcala.
James Joseph Beckley, magna cum laude.
Kara Lynn Leibold.
John E. Smith.
Sarah Ann Leal.
Karen Lynn Diefenthaler.
Dimitri Thomas Vigil.
Cassandra K. Mitten.
Caden Jeffrey Kapelka.
Emily Christine Lutz.
Michael Louis LaFountain.
Catherine Roy Hollis.
Corbin Michael Rickard.
April Elizabeth Stutz, cum laude.
Grant Thomas Puckrin.
Cassandra Lee Boos, magna cum laude.
Tanya Sue Fields. Carrie Ann Poor, magna cum laude. Arthur Allen Adams, magna cum laude. Amber Lynn Preston, cum laude. Benjamin Allen White, summa cum laude. Emily Elizabeth McKeever. Patrick Joseph Harvey. Luciana Teresa Ortiz. Robert P. Poole. Lisa Ann Gilliland. Jarrett Patrick Kuntz. Miranda M. Beeler. Adam Michael Ballman. Isabel Blevins. Casey Morgan Monroe. Shauna Renee Daly. Kevin Ray Oni, summa cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Herms. David Andrew Hughes. Jerica Diana McCarthy. Eric Lee McKinney. Sarah Jean Catteray, cum laude. Devin Andrew Cremeen. Jody Leanne Cruz, summa cum laude. Diana Doreen Soltez Barrett. Vicente Cruz Alejandro. Elizabeth Ann King. Michael Jack Roach Jr. Anita Christine Newlove. Casey James Swartz. Janet Louise Howard. Jeremy Joseph Schaefer. Crystal Louise Rufty, cum laude. Jack Aaron Daniel. Betty J. Smith. Sehad Uyanekoglu. Jenny Lorene Buchanan. Cornelia Andrea Rollins. Jessica Renee Salisbury. Juan Edward Cortez, cum laude. Christina Marie Hurt, magna cum laude. Tyler J. Linton, magna cum laude. Stephanie Rochelle Nelson. Austin Levi Castor, cum laude. Dawn Lee Wilhelm. Benjamin Allen Nichols. Jenna Marie Hershey.
Ashlea Nicole Harper.
Ashley Nicole Arthur, cum laude.
Amanda L. Tasania Rosas.
Melissa Laura Perry.
Stephanie Windsor Stevens, cum laude.
Sally Jerope Candy.
Kaylee Mora Belovich.
Kyle George Humbard, cum laude.
Christina Ann Compton.
Natasha Lynn Jenkins.
Sarah Marie Lipstraw, cum laude.
Ashley Lynn Runyon.
Mercedes A. Vasquez.
Elizabeth K. Runyon, cum laude.
Rochelle Lynn Arias, cum laude.
Alyssa M. Zoller.
Tori Amber Allen.
Victoria Louise Waldo.
Roger Douglas Penn.
Danielle Elizabeth Huffman.
Allison Marie Strasbaugh.
Nicole Marie Hickman.
Zachary John Ferguson, cum laude.
Jocelyn Rose Myers.
Sarah Elizabeth Gumnick.
Jessica May Sanderson.
Jeffrey Martin Lano, magna cum laude.
Edith Guadalupe Martinez.
Stephen Alexander Bryant, magna cum laude.
Chastity Lynn Carnicombe.
Melissa K. Egbert.
Michelle Monreal.
Candace Marie Talbot.
Elena Michelle Wilhelm.
Crystal Marie Sands, magna cum laude.
Christina Joanne Seibert.
Erica E. Esker.
Katerina Elizabeth Maliette.
Delia Samadova, summa cum laude.
Amanda Rose Shamo, summa cum laude.
Casey Nicole Shemanowski.
Matthew Kevin Yana.
Abby Lynn Strasbaugh, summa cum laude.
Ashley Hunter Dix.
Haley Charlene Foos, summa cum laude.
Justice Danielle Holliday.
Francesca Marie Perkins.
Jason Richard Rentz.
Maria Elena Rangel.
Rebecca Alicia Diltz.
Danielle Ann McLaughlin.
Shauna Renee Fiesel.
Trina Ann Klingelsmith, cum laude.
Christina Rose Keener.
Shannon Ray Stewart II.
Jacob William Walden, cum laude.
Kyle Michael Cluding, summa cum laude.
Chris Allen Lucas, cum laude.
Abigail Faye Orwig.
Shay Thomas Rickard.
Nina Faye Garza, cum laude.
Samantha Christine Valance.
Jeanette Catherine McLean.
Emily A. Michael, summa cum laude.
Kimberly Michelle Kroll.
Amber Joe Sidoti, magna cum laude.
Wesley Aaron Jeanette.
Melissa K. Mitchell.
Adam Joseph Kessler.
Sabrina Salman.
Nathan Thomas Kirsch.
Jesse Wade Lynch.
David Andrew Ingalls.
Raimundo Moreno Garza.
Cody Edward Wurzel.
Isaiah Romeo Sanchez.
Suzanne Hazel Jones.
Byron Christopher Lejeune. James Mark Young. Alexander Mark Pocock. Julia F. Mulheron.
Treasurer of Tara College Foundation Board Tracy A. Troxel will now welcome graduates as alumni.
Congratulations, graduates and new alumni. You did it. Go ahead, give yourself some applause. You may now consider yourself a graduate and alumni of this great college. After years of hard work and dedication, you've earned your Tara State Community College degree. On behalf of the Tara College Foundation, we applaud you for reaching this important milestone in your education. We are pleased to present to you your Tara State alumni card and your diploma. We thank you for attending Tara State Community College, and we know your degree will serve you well and will stand to identify you and your accomplishments over the coming years. Your alumni card will provide you access to discounts in the Tara College store, access to career services, and invitations to special events sponsored by Tara State Community College. Please stay connected to your alma mater as part of the Tara State Alumni Organization. Again, we welcome you and congratulate you on this day of celebration and look forward to helping you maintain your relationship with Tara State Community College.
Dr. Corey Stein will now present Tara State's alma mater.
Congratulations, graduates. You may now consider yourself alumni of this great college. Like many institutions, alumni can look back at their experiences through a song that recalls their time at the college. Today, we are excited to continue our tradition at Tara State, the singing of the alma mater, which was composed by students and faculty of the creative writing and music programs. We are honored to invite Marissa Miller, along with the brass choir and chamber singers, in the performance of the college's alma mater. Listed on page 18 in your program, you will find the entire alma mater. We invite you to join in the sung version, which is the ceremonial alma mater used for academic rituals such as commencement. Marissa will perform the alma mater once through first, and then we will all join in singing with them a second time. Again, congratulations, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
Please stand during the singing of the alma mater.
With courageous hearts
Please be seated. Junior Faculty Marshal Sarah Akers will now lead the closing ceremony.
Graduates of the class of 2017, move your tassels to the left. Congratulations. The 48th commencement ceremony of Terra State Community College is now closed. Guests, please remain in your seats while the graduates, platform party, and faculty leave the building. The faculty will be congratulating these graduates individually after the ceremony. After the graduates, faculty, and platform party have left the auditorium, then you may leave the auditorium. We would ask that you, our guests, join us in honoring these graduates' accomplishments at the reception at the recital hall in the Marcia S. Bordner Arts and Health Technology Center, room D122. Please join us there.